Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Justice Panel Morris. I want to acknowledge the departed presence of His Excellency, the Governor General of Papua New Guinea, Sir Bob Dadae. To the Chief Justice of our beautiful country, the Honorable Justice Sir Gibbs Salika, I want to firstly from the outset say thank you to your strong leadership over our judiciary, and we do acknowledge your presence and your earlier commentary, and thank you for leading your judiciary to host us in this wonderful precinct. The Honorable Casimiro Aya, Assistant Speaker representing the National Parliament, sits here at the dais with us. Very well fitting on this 50th anniversary occasion, representing the continuity of leadership and the next generation of leadership for our country. I want to acknowledge Minister Hila, all members of Parliament, ministers, Deputy Prime Minister. I want to particularly make mention of the opposition leader, the Honorable Dr. Stomarasi. Thank you for your presence, and also the former Prime Minister, the Honorable Peter O'Neill, for your presence in our midst. To all members of the judiciary, Deputy Chief Justice, and all your brother and sister judges, you look so profound and esteemed. This is your moment. You have carried our country the last 50 years. I want to take my hat off to each and every one of you, from the Chief Justice down to yourself and everyone who left. Chief Secretary, all members of the diplomatic family, I pay special mention to our key special visiting guest, our Chief Justice from sister jurisdictions nearby, Australian Chief Justice. I want to also acknowledge Solomon Islands and other Chief Justices who are amongst us. Thank you for joining your brother Chief Justice here in this auspicious occasion. I want to also acknowledge the Attorney General of Australia. Thank you for being with us, my sister. You have traveled well into our friends who are here. Sincerely appreciate your presence. Australian High Com and all members of the diplomatic family, former Chief Justices amongst us. Lady Kidu, widow of our first National Chief Justice. Thank you, Bada Hereya, for choosing to join us at this moment. Sir Anil Ahmed, our second Chief Justice, and Lady Ahmed, thank you for your presence. Our fourth Chief Justice, Sir Salamo Injia, thank you for initiating this project. And in the previous government, I want to acknowledge yourself and the combination of the O'Neill government under Prime Minister O'Neill. This project was initiated, and here we are completing this project. I want to also acknowledge all the good spouses of all who work in our judiciary, wives and husbands, led by Lady Salika amongst us. Thank you, Thomas. You work tirelessly. Whilst you're not in the public limelight, but your husband also, or your wives also, the spouses, gave full support as the judges locked themselves in the chamber of judicial administration. I want to thank all the spouses of all our judges, past and present, including the widow of Sir Marape, who, I don't know whether she's here, but in case any one of you do not know, Sir Marape was our first local judge at 1979. 1979, and the judiciary has stood the test of time. And I have, at another time and space, I can go into the history of how, as a young nation, we were trying to find our own feet and maintaining the balance of power espoused in Section 99 of our Constitution, especially subsection 2 and 3, that gives equal power to the three arms of government, yet separate. And I think it's Section 157, you lawyers and judges may correct me, but of the Constitution that says judiciary must not be influenced by outside except by the reading of the law themselves. Writing all through our nation's history, since 1975, the judiciary has been the anchor of our country. And I want to step back on behalf of past Papua New Guineans, including the greatest generation, the fathers of our country and the mothers of our country, up till today, say thank you very much. Big blood thank you. Thank you, Bada Herea, to all who have served in our nation's judiciary up till today, and I bow to every one of you. At 1975, our fathers of our country bettered our country, and they gifted, in fact, the Constitution that was gifted to the Constituent Assembly on 15th of August 1975, outlaid was the front runner to the framework that has held our country for the last 50 years. Deep in the heart of this Constitution was the vitality, functionality, and independence of our judiciary. And I want to say, judiciary, you have held the country together and trusted upon you since ever. Sir Sidney Frost served as our foundational Chief Justice. Later, when Sir William Penrith took over, and in 1978, when the contest between the executive and the judiciary took place, and the affirmation that judiciary is independent from executive control. Since then, 5 other Chief Justices, up till today, our Chief Justice sitting here, Sir Kim Salika, has maintained independence of our judiciary, robustness of our judiciary, and its core role, read law and protect the rule of law in our country. To the children of Papua New Guinea, as we face our 50th today, this is not just an occasion. This is a reminder to all of us that in the land of so much diversity, one law, one constitution, one judiciary must prevail to maintain one people, one country, one nation. The judiciary has been anchor of that preservation. And I want to say, in the modest, as we started our nation's life, in the modest houses, in rundown facilities, in buildings that doesn't even come close to this one, judiciary has served. And today, this marks a starting point in the way governments today and governments into the future must commit resources to the cause of maintenance of judiciary for dispensation of justice in our country going forward into the future. Foundation of our democracy is anchored and lie deep in the rule of law. Our population has grown, our economy has expanded, more complexity of court cases has emerged, and the burden on our judiciary has emerged. For far too long, our judiciary has been operating with little resource and in places not befitting of a nation that pronounces democracy as its form of government. I want to step back and say thank you to governments past, including the government of O'Neill and the former Prime Ministers here. I thank you very much in 2016 or thereabouts for initiating this contract based on a submission that former CJ, Sir Saloma India, put in. Many times we criticize government, but we do not acknowledge their work to former Prime Minister O'Neill. Your government, your cabinet, which I was a part of, as the then Finance Minister, I say thank you for that foresight and for that vision in launching out this contract. To the tune, and I see an element of joy in Chief Justice when he said this project was 100% financed by PNG Government. Over 653 million kina was expended. I am pretty certain if the former Prime Minister continued on in office, he would have completed this building as I am completing. But at 2019, and up till today, my government completed the project with 401 kina investment in the few budgets that we supervised to its completion today to give hope and to symbolize that our country must live under one law and respect law and allow judges to do their job fair and free of influence and intimidation. As I said earlier, Section 99 of our Constitution, subsection 2 entrenches in our country 3 equal yet separate arms of government. Children of today, I want to re-emphasize, especially members of parliament who sometimes have a habit of thinking that parliament is supreme. Parliament is not supreme. Parliament, legislature, and the executive work hand in hand. Section 99, subsection 2 of our Constitution established the core equal arms of government. Section 99, subsection 3 establishes or reinforces the integrity of that separation that preserves our democracy. And of course, Section 157 guarantees the independence of our judiciary to the sons, and I speak to the sons of our country and daughters of our country who will be celebrating independence next week and go forward for the next 50. Lest we forget this core character that entrenches our democracy, that judiciary is independent, functional, equal to the executive government, and equal to the parliament, and they work in tandem for the betterment of our people. This framework is the guidance of our democracy, interpreting laws, upholding its constitutional rights, and providing impartial recourse to every citizen is the core function of judiciary. And I want to say, I honor all of you, as I said earlier, say Sidney Frost, say William Prentice, say Burikidu, say Arnold Ahmed, say Mari Kapi, say Solomon India. All of you have your own characteristics. Leading up to today, say Gib Salika, who's very passionate about not justice building, but a link and use of ICT to facilitate ease of judicial administration and ease of judgment dispensation. And so say Gib Salika, in honor of your 6 predecessors and all who have served, and in honor of your own leadership, and in honor of all who work in our judiciary, I want to say that we in this government and the work we're doing today is to entrench and restructure a court system that is compatible, modern, relevant to PNG in the next 50 going forward. And so investment in the justice system will carry on. We will not leave any work that you propose to undertake unattended. As my government in the last 6 budgets have supported judiciary, increasing allocation to judiciary, increasing allocation to chief magistrate, increasing allocation to village courts, so that the full gamut of the law and justice sector is functional to serve our country better and to secure our country. I bring to you all in this auspicious occasion our commitment of this government, and I am certain governments who will come after me that court systems in our country and judiciary must be supported at the highest. Our democracy cannot stand strong and independent without, I beg your pardon, our democracy cannot stand strong without an independent court. Let me be clear to each and every one of you, this building is not simply an investment in infrastructure, rather, this is an investment in the very core of our democracy, about justice, supporting justice. This is not just a building, it's a monument in our nation's 50th to the rule of law and the protection of our court system so that they remain independent, functional, vital to keep our nation, one people, one country together. In case some of you have not established by now, Papua New Guinea remains the most diverse nation on planet Earth. Over 800 languages, over 1,000 tribes, countless customs, countless traditions that make up our social fabric. Ours is not a borrowed diversity, or imported diversity, or migration-based diversity. Ours is authentic diversity rooted in own culture, sovereignty that is embedded in our tribal heritages. Thousands of years of history weaves and lifts us all together in one symphony called Papua New Guinea. And in the diversity, children of Papua New Guinea today and going forward, it is a free, independent court following one law, our nation's constitution that safeguards our diversity as one people, one nation, one country. One law book must apply, one rule book must apply. This principle must be maintained. It applies equally to all of us, the big or small, the educated or uneducated, the employed or those out there in the rural enclaves of our country. Every one of us are equal before this one law. Equal before this one law. And it is this institution that we are in the precinct of. And this new modern courthouse, possibly the best in the Southern Hemisphere. Governor, your city hosts possibly the best in the Southern Hemisphere. This must not just be a building for lawyers and judges, but a forever monument in the face of our nation's 50th anniversary, that every sons and daughters of our country subscribe to one constitution, one rule book, upholding its virtues and its democratic principle. Without this building is vain. Without this, governments are in vain. I call upon everyone indeed at the face of this momentous occasion, reverence to our constitution, keeping reverence to the guidance of our constitution in every magistrate, from the village court to the district court, to every judge, from our national court to the appeals court that we have now inserted to the Supreme Court, and those who sit in our arbitration chambers, or those who sit in our mediation halls. We will not only stop at the higher courts, we give commitment to the pastoral services, we give commitment to the district courts and our lower village courts. I want to say thank you as we start to work on the reforms. More judges are coming in. I thank the international members of our judiciary who are here, judges from afar off. Thank you for choosing to come and work and stay in our country. Your work will contribute to a safe and secure Papua New Guinea. I am seeing evidence of backlogs of court being reduced. Someone told me it was 5,000 before. Today we are now back down to around 2,000 and on our way to eliminating the court backlogs. And I say thank you very much for your work you're doing. We will continue to give support. As we go towards a reset for next 50, I want to commit to all of you. We will strengthen and resource the judiciary. We will support and train magistrates and village court officials, build up more police and correctional services, and ensure that every Papua New Guinean, whether in the heart of Port Moresby or in the remotest villages, has access to justice. I call upon every citizen to do your part, respect the law, respect the courts, from the workers in the city, to the farmers in the village, to the entrepreneur, to our public servants. Live within the law is our just duty. And the greatest contribution we can give to our country at our 50th, it's not money, it's not car, it's not this building, but it's a pledge by every sons and daughters of our country that going forward, the greatest contribution and gift we can give to our country is to live within the laws of our country. And I want to conclude by acknowledging the Chief Justice and the members of the judiciary for your dedication, persistence, and independence. I thank past governments for initiating this project. Sir Salomon India, a special mention to you, my predecessor, the Honorable Peter O'Neill, a mention to you, and all of us, to my own treasurer. Thank you. And my cabinet. I know time was tight. I remember one debate in budget. In 2021, we were very tight coming out of COVID-19. We wanted to put money elsewhere. But I thank my cabinet that you choose to invest 200 million kina as requested straight to judiciary. Last year, for the first time, judiciary asked the total budget ceiling. We hit the bull. We gave 100% allocation as requested by judiciary last year. These are small indications of my generation of Papua New Guineans' commitment to judiciary and your vitality and your functionality. As we open these doors today, let us renew our pledge: one people, one nation, one country, under one constitution, under one judiciary, and under one rule of law. This is symbol of preservation of our democracy. May this door never close to every Papua New Guinean seeking justice. I repeat, may this doors never close to every Papua New Guinean seeking justice. And every guest of Papua New Guinea, from investors to everyday visitors who come into our shores, find restitute, find comfort, find neutral ground, find equal ground in the source and precincts of our judiciary. It is a symbol of who we are and a symbol of what we aspire to be, a nation bound by fairness, equality, and democracy. And I want to conclude today to the children of this country. Love, respect your constitution. Protect all administrators of justice in our country. You may not like them, but they are here and they keep our country safe. May God bless all who work in our judiciary. Chief Justice, may God bless you. And may God bless every friend of Papua New Guinea who are here. And of course, may God bless our country and our people. Thank you too much. Thank you for listening.